What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman. Now, pretty much ever since the Black Widow trailer started to drop in the earliest part of this year, we've had a ton of competing plot leaks that basically summarize and narrate what we've already seen in the trailers and then expound on that. Today's plot leak is a lot more in depth, not only offering some very key details, but going even further by sequentially ordering the scenes we've already seen from the trailers and then giving us a ton of connective tissue in between the scenes, really letting us know what's going on in this film act by act. We're going to go ahead and break it down, share the original post and read through it. Of course, I'm going to issue the normal spoiler warning and then talk about one omission in what's otherwise seemingly a very real plot leak. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first things first, obviously the normal disclaimer and spoiler warning. Remember to take everything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt, and that especially posts like these that are posted anonymously to 4chan and other message boards have in fact in the past been proven to be wrong, but a couple of them have been right. So if this is in any way going to ruin your Black Widow experience, and of course you know yourself better than others, if you're susceptible to this kind of thing, you've been warned. Otherwise, let's dive right in. Natasha is hiding in Cleveland after betraying the Accords. She's attacked by another Black Widow, but manages to kill her and steal her communicator. Her hideout is compromised and she has to flee from the authorities. Taskmaster ambushes her at the bridge, but Nat manages to escape. Nat visits her old friend Mason, an ex-SHIELD agent, for help decrypting the communicator. It reveals that her sister Yelena is being targeted. Secretary Ross and his men track Nat down. Mason distracts Ross so Nat can escape. Nat goes to Budapest and tracks Yelena down to an old Red Room safe house. Yelena thinks Nat is there to kill her. They fight. Nat proves she comes in peace. Taskmaster and more Black Widows attack, car chase, Nat and Yelena flee and hide. Yelena reveals that someone reactivated the Red Room to create super assassins for the highest bidder. The director, whom Yelena doesn't know, uses a serum to brainwash the new Black Widows into complete obedience. Yelena refused to accept this and fled. Taskmaster, who works for the new director and has combat-enhancing tech that allows him to copy anyone's fighting style, Yelena reveals that Melina, an older Black Widow who mentored them in the Red Room, also refused to work for the new director. They escape together, but they were separated by Taskmaster. Nat contacts Mason, who locates Melina in Morocco. Mason also pulls up the Rex for Taskmaster, an elite merc named Anthony Masters. Nat and Yelena meet Melina. She has already survived an attempt on her life by the Black Widows and is in hiding. Melina reveals that the director wants to extract the super soldier serum from Red Guardian, Alexei, to create other super widows. Nat, Yelena, and Melina all rescue Alexei from the Siberian gulag. Taskmaster and his men arrive, big chase and fight scene. They manage to escape, and during this escape is when Nat fights Taskmaster again and finds out that he needs her alive. Team Widow hides in a safe house. Nat wants to stop the new Red Room, so she lures Taskmaster and lets him take her. Yelena, Melina, and Alexei follow Nat and Taskmaster to the Red Room's new headquarters in Norway. The director turns out to be Ray Winstone, a Russian mobster whose daughter Nat killed back when she was in the Red Room, Draco or something like that. Quick aside, it's actually Dreykov, and within the last 48 hours, as reported by multiple sources, Ray Winstone has been confirmed to be playing this specific villain. Taskmaster tortures Nat on Draco's orders, but she turns the tables by exposing him as Mason, who framed Masters to cover his own tracks. Yelena and Alexei break into the base, but are betrayed by Melina, who's working with Draco in exchange for her own freedom. Melina genuinely cares for Nat, Yelena, and Alexei though, and asks Dreykov to spare their lives, but he refuses. Yelena is sent to be brainwashed, while Alexei is taken to a laboratory to have his blood extracted. Melina then apparently has a huge change of heart as she helps Yelena and Alexei escape, and together with Nat they fight against Mason, who's now been revealed to be Taskmaster. He ends up killing Melina and mortally wounds Alexei. Nat and Yelena fight against Mason together, and he has them beat until they free all the other Black Widows from Dreykov's control. The Black Widows mob Mason, overloading his tech and allowing Yelena to shoot him. Dreykov sets the facility to explode and attempts to flee with both the brainwashing serum and Alexi's blood sample, but Melina had a planted bomb on his helicopter. Alexei sacrifices himself to help Nat and Yelena and the widows escape from the collapsing facility and dies in the explosion. Ross and his men arrive. Nat and Yelena have a tearful farewell, and Yelena leaves with the Black Widows to help them back into the world. Nat stays behind and is arrested by Ross and taken back to New York City, but is broken out by Hawkeye, who helps her reach the secret Avengers. This leak goes on to say that throughout the movie there are flashbacks of Nat's childhood in the Red Room and the Budapest incident. Nat was sent by the Russian government to assassinate Dreykov, who was negotiating with their enemies via car bomb. Nat tried to abort when she found out Dreykov's daughter was with him, but the Russians betrayed her and let the bomb explode anyway. Dreykov was believed to have died as well, but actually survived. Hawkeye was there spying on Dreykov and received the order to kill Nat, but realized she felt genuinely guilty for the girl's death, and when the Russians went after Nat for cleanup, Nat and Hawkeye fought them off, and he brought her to the US to be recruited into S.H.I.E.L.D. to make up for her mistakes. The first post-credit scene is Ross's men retrieving Alexei's blood from the wreckage of the Red Room, which Ross orders them not to report. They also find Mason badly wounded but alive. Ross orders them to bring Mason as he might be useful. The second post-credit scene is Yelena visiting a makeshift grave for Nat in Hawkeye's farm. She says that she has no family and no purpose left. Hawkeye says Nat wanted her to have both and gives her Nat's old stingers. Jeremy Renner is in it a lot more than people expected, but he's the only one. No Chris Evans, no Samuel L. Jackson, and just archive footage of Robert Downey Jr. Now, of course, them finding the blood in the post-credit scene means that he's going to use that along with something left over from Extremis, ending up turning into the Red Hulk. There's so much about this that makes it feel so real. The sort of things that Nat does during the film, turning the tables on Taskmaster, was exactly what they showed in Avengers 1 when she turns the tables on Loki. That's part of her character. But there's one thing about this, there's a glaring omission that he included in this plot leak himself, but never resolved, and doesn't feel like a Marvel movie unless they're going to give us that Easter egg and make good on it. Why did they need to take Nat alive? If he simply could have extracted the super soldier serum from Alexei, and that seems to be the driving force that he's after, that pairing that with the control over the widows. When you have mind control and the super soldier serum, then you have obviously these super soldiers akin to something like the Winter Soldier, which again plays right into the storyline and what's going on in this film. But why did they need Black Widow alive? And Kevin Feige was super confident when he said that what went on in this film was going to make us see the events of Infinity War and Avengers Endgame in a different light. And there doesn't appear to be anything in this film that recontextualizes or retcons anything in any way, except for the first post-credit scene going a long way in establishing the Thunderbolts. Rather the case, I think there's something open-ended in here. One of two things are going on. Either the person who leaked this didn't actually see the film but got these details secondhand, and they're correct, but missing a key one, or maybe in a hope for not ruining the movie for other people, they left this detail out as to not make it a full plot leak. But there's something going on here, as I believe a lot of this is truthful. It seems to play exactly right, and of course it could be fake, fan fiction, just a narration of all the trailers that have come. But guys, let me know down below in the comments what you think. A, do you think this is real? And B, if you do you agree with me that they wouldn't have that one little detail in there about Black Widow needing to be taken alive if they weren't going to make good on it and explain it? And it doesn't seem to recontextualize anything for Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Also, let me know in the comments, do you agree with me that this movie's probably going to do that in some way, not just because Kevin Feige said so, but because otherwise it's going to be very confusing why they're kicking Marvel Phase 4 off with this film if it doesn't have a through line into what's coming up in the rest of the phase. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark, which we are headlong into, could easily hit by this month's end or next. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel towards the end of April. If you want to be entered to win either of the the PlayStations, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, or any of the other prizes we give away here at the channel over the next couple of years, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed any of those past winner announcements, especially here real recently, as we've given away about 6 PlayStation 4 Pros in the last 60 to 90 days alone, no worries, all you have to do is scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement in the sub count in the title, click on that video, and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman, this is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.